Well, we'll get started here. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Jenna Lettingham. I'll just give you guys a little bit of backstory here on me. I've been in marketing for 10 years plus now. Grew up in the home service industry. My mom is a realtor. My grandpa owns 42 rental homes. My uncle owns a custom home building business. My dad is a plumber. So that is like the industry niche that I grew up in. And then I'm originally actually from South Dakota, moved here about 13 years ago. And then when I moved here, I started working for a friend's home service or dad's home service business. So they did like a lot of exterior solutions and did the marketing there and fell in love with marketing. And then my boyfriend asked me to come work for his dad's company. He's now my husband, and it is now like our family's business after his dad passed away. So I am down and like into the contracting space very well. So that's a lot of who I serve. I also serve a lot of local businesses to our like Louisville metro area. So I own a full service agency and also do a lot within the software industry. So helping my clients with software, tech, domains, and then relating that all to their business and marketing solutions. So there's the little 2-minute backstory on who I am and what I do. But I wanted to get a little bit of a feel of the room today. So if you guys could bear with me real quick, just so I know who I'm kind of talking to a little bit. If you could drop the age of your business in the chat, I would love to hear a little bit about where we're all at. So just the number of years in business, if you could drop that in the chat for me. And if you want to just share it with me, that's fine too. I just want to get a little bit of a feel for the room. Okay, see some answers coming in. All right, great. And drop a B in the chat if you're B2B. I want to know how many people are yep, Abby B2B. B2B, a lot of B2B. Okay. And then do you guys serve people locally? That's my other question. Or we like all over? Nationally? Both. Okay. And DeAndre, I think you're the only one here that I don't know what you do.
So I have an online bookstore and just bought a vehicle for a bookmobile. So I'm working to get that up and running as well.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, so that's what I do in my spare time. Generally speaking, I work in the educational field.
Very cool. Okay, cool. Well, okay, great to hear a little bit about what everybody in the room is doing and how long they've been in business. Super appreciate that. That will help me a little bit as we're chatting today. So we'll get started here. Okay. Okay, so a little bit about my software side of my business. Lead Gen Automations is the title of my company. And is how I like talk about like this side of my business. And it's just a simple to use CRM that captures lead to contact details, automates your email, text, and voicemail communication, but does so much more than that. So we also do social media posting. You can do online courses, so you can create those. You can create online communities, kind of like a Facebook group, but you have your own mobile app. So many things, and we'll get into some more of those details. But it's an all-in-one sales and marketing solution, but also helps with lots of parts of your business. So that means like you could create like an affiliate program. So if you wanted to have affiliates sharing your whatever your business is with other business owners so that they could sign up to your services, and so you can create that recurring revenue for your affiliates and bringing sales into your business. So I want to share a little story about a man named Jason. Now, just to create a little bit of backstory here, this is a little story that we kind of came up with just to create a storyline here. So this is Jason. Think about he has a job interview on Wednesday and needs a haircut. Funny story, funny picture to go with the story, but so he calls Tom's barbershop to schedule an appointment, and Tom is currently with a client and he misses Jason's call. So put your thinking cap in here. Jason has two options here. He could either call another barber or not get a haircut in the next couple days. And so, I mean, what do you guys typically do if you put yourself in Jason's situation? A lot of times, if it's me, I just call up another person to get my business. I know recently for our home, we were trying to fix something and just people weren't calling us back, and so we're like, what do we do? We just called more and more people until we finally got a hold of somebody that answered their phone. Oops, wrong way. So one of my favorite features that I've been turning on for the local service-based businesses is a feature we like to call missed call text back. So if somebody gives you guys a call, you miss the call, and somebody can send them a text automatically. So then you are not missing this client, and they actually felt heard. So the power of like getting that info and not missing that is so important as a business owner, so that they're not calling somebody else. Jason received a missed call text message automatically from Tom's Barbershop from our account. So just as the example, here's Tom's Barbershop. Sorry we missed your call. How can we help you? And this is totally customizable for your circumstance. And our system can automatically respond to that he wants to book an appointment. And then if we have conversational AI turned on, which is a really sweet feature that we've been using, you can automatically give them time slots that are available from your calendar. And then because that Jason was already in his system, it can automatically be like, oh, okay, and save his contact and store his information in the contact database with the appointment time, and then send him an automatic confirmation email. So then Tom gets his next lead into the system while he's sitting there cutting somebody else's hair, and the system does it for him. And then we'll talk a little bit here about to create new revenue every month, you must do these three things every single day. Capture new leads, nurture new leads, and then close deals. And Jose turned on lead gen automations in his bakery, and he turned 72 leads and generated $3,964 in new business in his first month from 3 months from the missed call text back. And we're using this across several industries within our software, and there's working really well within like the contractor space, and even like the local businesses that are not local contractors, but we have and I'll share her testimony in a little bit, but she uses it as a way to not even answer the phone. She's actually she was actually in the Army, and she's hard of hearing, and she's an esthetician. And so she loves the missed call text back feature, because with her hard of hearing, when people call, she just can't hear them very good on the phone. And so being able to have that way for people to call her, and then she just chooses not to answer the phone, and then the system kind of sends out that text, and she can either have the AI take over, or she will step in and like go through and talk to the clients or the past customers via text right within the system via her mobile app. So she absolutely loves that feature, and she doesn't have to answer the phone anymore, except for in like very rare circumstances. But watch a quick video here. And if you guys could let me know, just confirm that you can hear it, that'd be great.
The playbook for growing a local business online is simple. Capture new leads, conversationally convert those leads into sales, into positive review, and then reactivate those into repeat buyers. Exactly what our platform does. In order to consistently generate new leads, you first need to be fast. The quickest way to get search engines like Google to put your business at the top of search results is by having a steady flow of positive reviews. With our platform, you can show up in search and stand apart from your local competition by easily collecting new customer reviews through text. But getting found is only the beginning. Most consumers choose the first business that responds to them. So unless you start conversations with potential customers almost instantly, they'll go somewhere else. That's why we make starting conversations with website visitors as easy as clicking a button, connecting you instantly through text message so the conversation doesn't end when they leave your website. And we bring all your leads, no matter where they come from, into a single conversation stream that supports text, email, video messaging, Google Business chats, and even Facebook and Instagram DMs, so you can respond faster and more efficiently than ever. When it comes to turning all those conversations into customers, we make collecting payments just another convenient part of the combo, so you get paid faster no matter how they prefer to pay. Next, you'll want to turn your new customers into happy reviews, which is a snap with our new review request quick actions. The more conversations and customers you generate, the easier it becomes to drive repeat business. We make reactivating contacts into customers as easy as, yup, you guessed it, the push of a button. With bulk actions, you can send out text and email campaigns to generate new sales whenever you have a new update, promotion, or story to tell. We make modern online marketing simple. Let's start growing your business today.
All right, so we'll talk about a little bit about the customer inbound journey. So capture, the system will collect the emails, names, phone numbers of your potential clients, and it works with Facebook, Instagram, within ads and Messenger, Google Business Profile. So that's within like the chat section. So we can install a chat widget right there on your Google Business Profile, web chat. So installing a chat widget on your website, also integrating the forms within the system onto your website, two-way text, two-way email. We can get inbound calls and tracking those calls. We can also create the QR codes. So all those ways to capture all those leads within the system. And then nurturing those clients through emails, text messages, and then pre-recorded voicemails that we can like do what's called a voicemail drop. But there's tons more things within like the nurture system. You can nurture them specifically through automations within your pipeline. So there's tons of ways you can customize that out. And then close. So that has to do with going through those sales pipelines and making it easy for your customers to pay you. And then asking them and then booking those appointments for the close and all that, capture, nurture, close. And then a big part of that is also repeating that. So taking that and nurturing your clients into like repeat buyers with email marketing, asking for reviews, etc. Okay, and one more example. Go ahead.
This is Jason. Great presentation. My question,
Oh,
I
thank
got
you.
two questions for you.
Okay.
One is, So when you talk about collecting actual payments, I guess they can use various methods, credit card, debit card. I don't know if you extend it out to like Apple Pay and things like that. But does your software actually facilitate that payment, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's definitely possible. There's like text to pay also, and you can like do so instead of like PandaDoc or DocuSign, there is like contracts you can do within the system. There's subscriptions, invoicing, you can do coupons, subscriptions. So yeah, you can make
What
products and
about RFP?
e-com. Go ahead.
What about an actual RFP, a request for proposals?
So you can make proposals. And
Okay.
did I answer
Well,
that?
okay. So it does. I don't know if I have time to. Can I ask you this question? Like, if I can run a scenario by you and just you
Sure.
tell me how it might or may not work. But say for instance, say for instance, you have a listing of potential clients that were connected to the codes and regulations database with the city of Louisville. You might have a code enforcement violation such as landscaping or something like that. You haven't had your grass cut. So if we could figure out a way to kind of automate that process into a potential sales lead for a company, and then have the owner of that particular property issue an RFP to three particular, landscaping companies, and they can respond back with a particular price associated with what they would charge to cut the grass at that property. Um, is there any way that you could have that baked into the automation of what you guys offer, or would that require some type of adjustment or some type of modification to what you currently offer? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you have like a way for, and a potential customer to issue an RFP and get competing bids from contractors or something like that, and them to be able to decide you know, which one of the contractors they'd like to choose, and then create a connection or some type of exchange between that contractor and that owner, and then some type of settlement process associated with that. Do you see what I'm saying? Where I'm going with this?
I think so. It sounds like an interesting use case that you and I could probably see if it's possible. Um, there's like a super open API, so I'm sure even if it's not like maybe just how you want it, we could do something interesting with the API, which is just basically integration wise. So whether that be like working through like a Google Sheet, and integrating it through another piece of software or what have you. But I would imagine we could definitely send like if somebody filled out a form, we could send that out to three different contractors easily for them to request a bid. But we could definitely like sit down and be like, okay, what exactly are you wanting? How would you map? And we would map it out is basically how I'd do that with you, just to make sure I was understanding what you're looking for and like the mapping sequence of what you're wanting.
Okay, perfect.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So it's probably possible. I would just need to make sure that you and I map it out and that you and I are on the same page of what you're wanting.
Hey, so this is Cynthia too. We're in the same room, so thank you for sharing that. It
Yeah.
does sound like something that could be based on the automations that you already have existing, and just being able to integrate forms and documents that our labels may sound different, but the automation processes that you have for how to automate some of the nurturing and responses would be able to be doable, but it would probably be a customized
Build out.
process. Yeah, build out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had a separate question too. You may not be done with the presentation, but I'm also looking for I guess a process that would identify leads. So say we do have prospects. Say I have a list of prospects already and I kind of want to nurture them into a buying process. I have that process already kind of conditioned and laid out.
Okay.
I would love to explore that with you. But then I also am looking for very specifically, and then not just for me, but even for some of my clients, what's the optimized way to identify leads that you like we've already targeted. We've already said, okay, I'm looking at all childcare providers for this particular product or this particular service. And then
you mean like a hierarchy of like, this is the lead I need to talk to next?
Yes. Yeah. And are you integrating with various systems? Are you able to identify those particular leads in the systems, whether it's social media systems or, Google or whatever the platform may be?
Yeah, so natively we have something called lead scoring. So you can kind of like base it off of whatever your criteria is. Um and yeah, that's the feature. It's called lead scoring. So you could go within your leads and like set up the customizations based off of that. So that's initially where my mind goes when you said that would be like a part of your lead scoring. And as somebody is going through like your pipelines, your basically your stages of your buying and servicing stages within your business. That's kind of where you'd map that out. And then you can also see like, oh, all of these are in my prospecting pipeline. Within that, then I can see all the notes and who I need to talk to next. And then what's also great is like within the dashboard, we can customize that to be like, okay, these are the people that I have tasks with. Excuse me. And then these are the ones that I need to talk to next. And that'll be like we can customize that dashboard too, to be like, oh, these alert, this is what I need to talk to. And so a lot of that, your pipeline stages will be right on that dashboard for you. Does that help?
No, that's great. Thank you for that. And then I had a follow-up question. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
So say you bring also, say we develop a customizable system, right? But we also bring maybe certain CRM based initiatives or processes to the table, or we have a system that we need to interface with and we own the system already, just to see if it could interface with your existing CRM system. How do you divvy up who owns what and the liability rights to the various systems based on the project goals?
Say that again. So you have your own CRM?
Yeah, so if I came to the table with a already made system of some sorts that has some of the functions and capabilities that you may have, but I also need to marry that system with what you also have. How do you have any kind of operational agreement or liability forms or any process for, distinguishing who owns what or how things are differentiated?
You mean like a terms and conditions?
Terms and conditions or operational agreement if you're sharing systems together.
So I don't own any systems that I integrate like with your systems. Does that make sense? Like if we set the API to like go to your system, like I don't own that or touch that. I don't own any of your contacts. Anything that you create within the system. I mean, I'm sorry.
You're saying anything we create in the system we would be full ownership?
I mean, pretty much. It's there's certain things that you can like export within like export. But just like if you go from, and this is a little bit more technical than I try to go to on especially group calls, but like WordPress to like Wix, for example, there's certain things that you just doesn't transfer. So when you get into technical things like that, there are certain things that you can transfer out. Now, could you go through line by line and transfer some things? Sure. Within your thing, like things that you have. But as far as like liability, all I ask is like anything that me and my team have created, like don't copy and paste it to share it with somebody else.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Did you have a question?
Does that clarify that? Just
Yes,
as an
it
ethical
does.
thing, anything that my team has created, just please don't copy and paste it or share it.
Okay.
Does that make sense and clarify that for you?
Yes, it does. Thank
Okay,
you.
you're welcome. Is there any other questions? No? Okay. Okay. So this slide basically just in a nutshell talks about how many new leads he was able to track and generate and see now with the KPIs through the system. So within the dashboard that we just talked about, within the reporting system. So getting those emails of like how many leads you're getting, where your KPIs are, which is key performance indicators. So this is what this slide talks about all in a nutshell. We'll keep going here. Oops. Okay, some additional features of the platform include a calendar booking system that integrates within Outlook and Google, automations and workflows that are super customizable, two-way text and email, phone calling system, full CRM, invoices and payments, unlimited website and funnel builder, form surveys and more, sales and pipeline tracking dashboards, survey builder, social media planner, advanced reporting, Google, Facebook, and Instagram Messenger, affiliate manager, and the community and course builder and app. And then there's also ecom in here, so I didn't put that on here, but there's ecom, so you can do like store like we were talking about earlier. So all of these features in one platform for I sell it to a lot of people for $4.97. So this is from one of my clients. She's a course creator. She teaches people how to make sourdough. She talks about how she was so confused when she first started within her business. She was trying to take everybody's advice from here and here and here. She wound up with 5 or 6 different programs for marketing, funnels, course development, etc. And when she came to me, everything was built all into one place. She now does her email marketing, courses, has apps, has her CRM all in one spot. Also is doing reputation management within the system. She's seeing growth in her business, and all the tools in her marketing and business software are so helpful. It's truly a one-stop shop that's from Bethany from Chill Spice. A special offer today for the first 3 that purchase. We have the unified inbox, the engagement widget on the website, the missed call text back that we'll set up for you, two-way SMS and emailing, customizable calendars, the 24/7 chat and Zoom support. And I typically do like an onboarding cost, and so I was gonna waive that for everybody on this webinar today. Depending on that setup that we were talking about. So if nothing's too complicated here, I think your name was Jason, right? So then we got local SEO within the platform that we can do. So customizing your chat widget on your Google business profile, the tracking number, local listings, FAQs on your Google business profile, manage Google business profile. And I sell that as a standalone service for $250 a month. And you can head over on now. The link is live for you all. It's leadgenautomations.com/buy. And as a special bonus today, for the first 3 purchasers, we're also including like a full reputation management software. It's external, but it has the API, so we've integrated it. So if social shares your reviews onto Facebook, Instagram, Google business profile, LinkedIn, Twitter, also monitors your reviews and helps you ask in reviews. So I do it right away, 3 days and 7 days. And it also has a way to like integrate with Google Sheets. So that makes it super nice for you and anybody that's on your staff. And so as a retail cost, it could cost you up to $944 for all 3 of those things that I just talked about. And I'm slashing that today for $297 a month, going forward for all of that. I have a love it or you don't pay refund guarantee. You just email us, and it doesn't matter if it's like just, you know, right up until the 30 days, but just make sure I'm not sleeping when you send it right before the 30 days. So no questions asked. I just want to give everybody on this call, since a lot of you don't even know me yet, just the risk reversal. So again, here's that buy link. I'll leave this up for you guys, and if we have any questions, we can kind of go over it. I do also offer like more customizable onboardings. So we do hands-on, like done with you onboardings, and that's included with today's cost. But then if you need something like more specific, that's very specific, that's not included in the onboarding cost, we can talk about that. So during onboarding, we'll get you set up with your emails, your text messages, your forms integrated with your site, your Google business profile up and running and integrated with the system, and all your social channels. So it'll be a lot of things with your domain name as well. Make sure you have your right MX records. Not to get too into the weeds, but there's a lot to do on onboarding to get your setup and foundational. But as a side note, I also offer a lot of like done for you services that go with my marketing agency. So if there's anything like that you're needing, also can handle that as well. So I'll open up the floor. If anybody has any questions, just use the raise hand function like they did earlier, and we can ask some questions.
How long is this special for? Just for today, or is this an extended for the individuals in the session?
I'll have it open till Sunday.
Thank you.
Yeah. And again, that's 24/7 chat and Zoom support that's included as well. Does anybody else have any other questions? All right, well, we'll shoot out replays to everybody's emails. And you guys can rewatch it if you'd like. Like I said, though, we'll probably take down the cart on Sunday. So if you have any questions between now and then, in the meantime, let us know. But it was a pleasure having you all on tonight. And Jason, if you guys want to hook up and get more specific and in the weeds on like what you guys are wanting, would be happy to do that. I hope I have answered everybody's questions, and I hope to talk to you guys all soon.